Lee Summit is your destination for big city vibes and small town charm.
Head to the downtown Lee Summit Farmers Market, where local meets fresh. Then grab a cup of coffee and discover a variety of shops and boutiques just around the corner. Continue the fun in downtown Lee Summit at a retro arcade bar. Discover your new beer at one of our 6 locally owned breweries. Cool off with some handcrafted cocktails at happy hour. End the night with live music and good company. Lee Summit, Missouri.
Hello, Lee Summit. I'm Laura Ingeman, and this is your flash briefing for the week of August 5th. City Council will meet for regular session Tuesday night at 6 in Council Chambers in City Hall. Meetings are open to the public or watch live on the city's YouTube channel. If you can't watch, catch the recorded meeting on demand on the YouTube channel or by subscribing to the Council Debrief newsletter, which breaks down 3 to 4 key agenda items. Subscribe at cityofls.net. The State of the City is scheduled for Friday, August 16th at 11 a.m. at the Missouri Innovation Campus, located at 1101 Northwest Innovations Parkway. The Lee Summit Chamber of Commerce is hosting the luncheon. The State of the City address will be available on the city's YouTube channel and city website at cityofls.net. Join the team at Lee Summit Water Utilities. We have a range of exciting career opportunities for those who thrive in a collaborative environment and are driven to create innovative solutions. Be part of an elite team. Lee Summit Water Utilities is one of only 17 accredited water utilities nationwide. This is your chance to work with the best and make an impact. Apply today at lspeople.net. And have you checked out the Lee Summit Marketplace recently? We have a 40-ounce mug featuring a twist closure lid with a Lee Summit heart. A great gift for anyone. We can confidently say it'll keep your drink cold for up to 24 hours. The LS Marketplace is located in the lobby of City Hall. Find other great items like Lee Summit branded coffee mugs, Tervis tumblers, hats, and more. Show off your Lee Summit pride. It's open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Thanks for listening and have a great week.
Traditionally, we think as police officers, those responding to law enforcement needs within the community. But honestly, we are there to serve our citizens, and our citizens do go into crisis. They do have mental health crises, and we're being called to those scenes on a regular basis. In order to help serve those citizens better, we did initiate the Crisis Intervention Team Program. These are officers that are specially trained to de-escalate crisis situations. Recently, we've brought co-responders onto the scene, licensed qualified mental health professionals housed within our police department, and they respond with those officers directly to those scenes where a crisis is occurring so they can interact with that citizen and get them the help they need right there on that scene.
The co-responders are either a bachelor or master level in a behavioral health related field. They wear plain clothes, they don't carry weapons or anything like that.
I have a police radio that I listen to all day. Listen for, those key words: mental health, behavioral health, crisis.
There's a lot of officers that just call for me. I have my own radio number.
I also have the ability to self-dispatch to them and say 982 is en route.
Officers en route, 914, Armstrong.
So typically I arrive after they've made it safe. I'll make contact and get kind of the rundown, and then I just kind of jump right in.
Like, hey, my name's Allison. I'm a mental health professional. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to take you to jail or arrest you.
Sometimes all a person needs is a voice, someone neutral, someone outside that, can listen. I do a lot of safety planning, including family, their support network, who's close to you. If they're home alone, who can come over and hang out with you today? Can we lock away your sharps? Can we put up your meds? Do you need meds? Can we get you over to the urgent care to get you assessed for your medications? Some of them also are like, oh, I'm so glad you came. This made me feel so much better.
Our main goal as co-responders is to, one, get people connected to the services that they need, and also divert from emergency rooms and jails.
And they almost get a different view of the police responding. That lets me know you care and the officers care.
Please, how can we help you?
My husband has...
In 2020, we had 722 mental health related calls for service. 2022, by that time, 1,479. These mental health related calls for service are increasing. How we're responding to that is increasing the number of crisis intervention team officers we have available, as well as the number of co-responders we have available to respond on these calls.
So what I think is important for the community to know about the co-responder program is that we're here, we exist. All you have to do when you call 911 is ask for us. You know, say, hey, I want a co-responder to respond to this crisis, and we'll go. I was really struggling about 8 years ago on my personal journey with mental health, and I met some amazing social workers and amazing programs that have helped me get to where I am today.
I really couldn't see myself doing anything else.
We want to help, and that's what we love to do.
So I had a client, we got a call, she had some suicidal ideations, and she really felt that she had nobody. And you know, and getting to know her story and getting to know who comes around and sees you, well then we found a support person and they responded immediately and we made a plan. I called back and checked on her in an hour, and then I checked on her in 2 hours. We were able to get her into the additional services to where she talks to someone every week or more. I just took a person that really just thought they had nobody and nobody would show up for them, and show them you do. And you'll be amazed who is in your corner if you just simply say, I need a little help.
I am Fred DeMoro. I represent District 4. I've been on the council for 4 years, just completed 4 years. They were good 4 years, lot to do. And prior to that, I was on the Charter Review Commission. Prior to that, I spent 7 years on the Planning Commission. And the Planning Commission is actually the advising body to the City Council for land issues and development issues. I've always been interested in the city, and I actually, a current council member is the one that gave me the urge to, or push to actually join the Planning Commission. And I just wanted to get more involved. I think he got tired of me asking questions all the time, so he said, let's put him to work. The one thing that we are passionate about, or I'm passionate about, is reducing the burden of property taxes on our residents, and by that we have to attract more commercial development to get those commercial property taxes, commercial sales taxes involved. And as a trickle-down theory, that actually reduces the burden on residents. It sort of move from a bedroom community to a more diverse community tax base. I am Public Works Chairman, and we actually found money for a stormwater rate study. Now, what that will do is we will have a consultant come in and tell us how to actually enact or enable a stormwater rate to build a fund for being proactive on stormwater issues. We have a lot of stormwater issues in Lee Summit. We're surrounded by water. We're surrounded by lakes and river and things like that. And that is a big accomplishment. I know the Public Works chairmans before me had always tried to get that forward, and we finally did. And right now I think we've got an RFP for a consultant. And it's important to remember that we have to keep our infrastructure up, and that's just not stormwater and or water utilities. That's curbs, gutters, sidewalks, and everything like that. I've been a resident since 1986, and when I moved in 1986, it was a small town, small city. And it is very interesting to have seen everything happen in those since 1986. And we have grown immensely. Citizen involvement is very important. I think that it makes us a better community. There are all kinds of people out there that have really great ideas that would fit well in our boards and commissions. And really, it's minimal time invested. They would be surprised of what they can do, the good they can do in a short amount of time. One meeting a month or one meeting every quarter, and really move things forward. And then, help the council with the idea of what the community is actually needing and saying, and that's always important too.
Welcome, everyone. Would you please rise for the invocation and stay standing for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity to come together and work together for our community. We ask for your inspiration and insights. We ask for your direction and guidance. May we accomplish great things this day, and may we display an attitude of cooperation and respect. Amen.
Okay, again, welcome, everyone. I'm calling to order the Lease Summit regular session number 11, number 11, to order. Okay, before we I ask for an approval of the agenda, I need to do some agenda management. I need to put committee reports on here. It got left off of here, so I'm going to place that as agenda item number 7, and then everything will move down after that. So committee reports will be added. So could I get approval of the agenda as amended? Oh, roll call, please. Thank you.
Councilmember Lovell.
Here.
Councilmember Rader.
Here.
Councilmember DeMauro.
Here.
Councilmember Pryor. Here. Councilmember Hodges. Councilmember Shields.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Lopez. Councilmember Carlisle.
Present.
Mayor Baird.
Here. Okay, now could I get an approval of the agenda as amended with the committee reports on there? I have a motion to adopt the agenda by Councilmember Carlisle, seconded by Councilmember Shields. Discussion? Okay, seeing none, please cast your vote. All votes are in. Please record the vote. Passes 7-0. Thank you. Next is the approval of the consent agenda. I have a motion to adopt by Councilmember Carlisle, seconded by Councilmember DeMauro. Discussion? None, please cast your vote. All votes are in. Please record the vote. It does pass unanimously. Thank you. And then we have council roundtable. These are items of general interest, things going on in the community, your district, things of that nature. I see we have a scout in the room. Thank you for coming to our meeting. Appreciate having you here. Oh, 2 scouts in the room? 3 scouts in the room. Sweet. Are you all from the same troop? Oh, that's cool. That's amazing. I love it. No council comments. Okay. Oh, Councilmember Carlisle.
Thank you. I just wanted to remind everybody to go vote today. There still is almost an hour left, so you do have time. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, then I will take us to the business of the meeting. The first agenda items that are of business, which is be public hearings. I'm going to close the regular session, open the public hearing in the matter of agenda item 4A. This is a special use permit renewal for the automotive sales and major repair, Bobside Ford, 607-610 Northwest Blue Parkway. Spencer Fane is the applicant. Would all those wishing to speak to this matter please rise and be sworn in by the city clerk. Good.
Hello, my name is Blake Smith. I'm here on behalf of the applicant, Spencer Fane, our client, Bobside Auto. This is the extensions for the benefit of them. Brian Sight is here with me. What we're seeking is an extension of a special use permit. It was in effect for 20 years. It's set to expire in 2027. Due to some loan covenants, we're needing to get it extended slightly early, so we're just seeking an extension of the special use permit that's been in effect for 16, 17 years. Unless there's further questions, I'd turn over to my friends with a presentation on that.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members. Shannon McGuire, planning manager. Please enter into the record Exhibit A, list of exhibits 1 through 17.
Okay, please enter into the record Exhibit A 1 through 17.
All right, as the applicant has stated, they are here seeking a renewal of a special use permit to operate that automotive dealership as well as the major automotive repair facility. They are asking for that 20-year special use permit duration. Like he said, the existing special use permit is not slated to expire until 2027. However, they're doing it about 3 years early to meet up with those financing needs that he is. So currently, there are no proposals for any ex-year changes with this special use permit renewal. A neighborhood meeting was held on June 10th. There was no members of the public attending, and to date, staff has not received any comments from the public as well. The special use permit has been in existence at this site since 1984. As you can see here, there's been 4 previous special use permits issued on this particular site. So, as you can see from the zoning map here, the surrounding properties are primarily commercially zoned, and they're commercial in character. We do have a C-store and gas station to the north, a retail building, office warehouse, a collision repair facility to the east, and a restaurant and an office building to the south. Just to the west of the subject site is the MoDOT commuter parking lot as well as US 50 highway. The comp plan future land use map does identify this area as the downtown activity center. One of the strategies and goals established by that comp plan is to build long-term economic prosperity and resiliency within the city's economy. And that the objective of that goal is to stimulate continued economic growth and development and reinvestment by the private sector in our community. The subject application does meet this with the applicant's continued investment into our community. So just kind of go through some site pictures of the existing property here at 610, as well as the property at 607 Northwest Blue Parkway. And then just a quick overview of the current site plan. Again, there's no exterior modification or exterior changes being proposed with this particular application. So with that and the conditions as of approval, as I have outlined here and in the staff letter, the application does meet the goals of the Ignite Comprehensive Plan and the UDO, and I can answer any questions you may have at this time.
Good, thank you. Questions for the applicant or staff? Councilmember Carlisle.
Thank you, Mayor. Shannon, I just want to clarify, the 20 years, since they're about 3 years early, does that start from tonight? So it'd be 44, or would it be from the end of the current?
It would start from, it'd be a new one, so it would start current.
Thank you.
It would start currently, sir? Okay. So it would start in 24. Yep. Very good. I didn't realize that our comp plan went all the way over to, or the downtown activity center went all the way to Chipman and 50.
Yeah, the downtown activity center is bordered by Chipman, 50, and 291.
Interesting. Thank you. Okay, is there anyone here that wishes to speak in favor or against this application? Please come forward. Are there any additional questions from council? Does the applicant care to make any further comment? Thank you. Hearing no further testimony, I'm closing the public hearing and reopening the regular session. Is there any council discussion on this application? Councilmember Rader.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, they've been there a very long time, and I'm just glad you're going to hang in with us and stay with us. So I'd say, yeah, go. We're going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, seeing no further comments or discussion, Councilmember DeMauro, would you please read Bill number 24-135?
Thank you, Mayor. I move to advance the second reading, Bill number 24-135, an ordinance granting a special use permit for automotive sales and major automotive repair facility in District CP2 on lands located at 607 Northwest Blue Parkway and 610 Northwest Blue Parkway for a period of 20 years, all in accordance with Article 6 of the Unified Development Ordinance for the City of Lee Summit, Missouri.
All right, thank you. We have a motion to move second reading, Bill number 24-135 by Councilmember DeMauro, seconded by Councilmember Shields. Discussion? Seeing none, please cast your vote. All votes are in. Please record the vote. Does pass 7-0. Thank you. Thanks for sticking with us. Next is public comments. We have a couple public comments tonight. Miss Crystal Ryman, you want to go first? Raymond? Thank you.
Hello, I'm here on behalf of the Visitors Bureau for Lee Summit, and I just wanted to take a minute. We met yesterday with the Finance Committee, and we wanted to extend the entire team a thank you to Council and the Finance Committee for that time. We're a new and very enthusiastic group, so any chance to get together and talk and have a good conversation to talk about touchstones coming up and future plans was really enjoyed and appreciated by all of us. So thank you all for that time. And again, I know that you guys are going to talk and have some more deliberation, that sort of thing. If there's any additional information we can provide or questions that you have, happy to answer those or to pass along to my team and get back with you all. So that was all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Next, we have Ms. Fallenweider.
Teresa Vollenweider, 5201 Northeast Maybrook Road. I won't start with my usual thing tonight. I'm going to start with Brandt-Ladwig survey. Remember, Brandt-Ladwig survey and Matthew Schlish's site plan were the two things that Brian Head and Mayor Baird signed to get the ordinance for the rezoning of 5261. This is interesting. If you look at this survey, he has that this is a bearing here and a distance here. The interesting thing is, when you measure this, 332 feet does not take you to here. 332 feet takes you to where I have this little mark on this ruler. And lo and behold, guess what that is? That's the power pole. That's the power pole. So Brandt-Ladwig has a major blunder on this document. This is not an error. This is an intentional blunder. I gave you this one time. Brandt-Ladwig survey was signed and sealed on 2/1/2017, and it shows no revisions. How could he still be working on it on 8/18/2017? This is an email where he says, I am kind of in a bind on a survey that I've been working on. Got no row. You don't do that on your own. He's not that smart. What did he retrace? He retraced the original survey. He retraced V. Allen Headay's survey. Let's measure. From that power pole down to that power pole, that's point A, 332 feet. Where did somebody come up with that? Well, they looked at the electric line easement. So what's the row? It's the electric line easement. It's the electric line. It's the overhead electric line. Who would ever think that being or getting educated could be harmful to one? That's what I did. I got educated, I got informed, and it led me to jail.
All right, thank you, Ms. Vollenweider.
I'd still like to know who put this on here because they're acting as a surveyor when they're not a surveyor.
On the agenda are proposed ordinances first reading. Councilmember Reeder, would you please read bill number 24-136?
Thank you, Mayor. I move to advance to second reading Bill Number 24-136, an ordinance vacating portions of certain easements located within the village at Discovery Park Development, generally located at the northwest corner of Northeast Coburn Road and Northeast Douglas Road in the city of Lee Summit, Missouri.
Thank you. We have a motion to move to second reading, bill number 24-136 by Councilmember Reeder, seconded by Councilmember Shields. Discussion? Seeing none, please cast your vote. All votes are in. Please record the vote. Passes 7-0. Thank you. Next, Councilmember Shields, would you please read bill number 24-137?
Thank you, Mayor. I move for second reading of bill number 24-137, an ordinance approving an STP-Urban program supplemental agreement between the city of Lee Summit, Missouri and the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for the Pryor Road Complete Streets Improvements Phase 1, Hook Road to Longview Road Project Commission, project number STBG 3378403, and authorizing the mayor to execute the same.
Thank you. We have a motion to move to second reading. Bill number 24-137 by Councilmember Shields, seconded by Councilmember Carlisle. Discussion? Seeing none, please cast your vote. All votes are in. Please record the vote. Passes 7-0. Next, we have committee reports. Yes, Councilmember Shields.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to give a little report about our Finance and Budget Committee meetings. We did have a few kind of large topics that we discussed, and I just wanted the council to be aware. So our DMO, or Visitors Bureau, who we did have a public commenter from today, came and presented to us. They actually slightly reduced their funding request from what they had presented to council and requested an initial funding of $395,000 and then increased to $450,000 and then $475,000 over the course of 3 years. After that presentation, we reviewed the business and industry fund balance and talked over policy of that for that fund, and we felt like that funding level was appropriate and something that we could sustain while the Bureau gets off the ground, and then assuming that they're doing the work that they hope to do and increasing tourism and increasing hotel receipts, then that would enable that funding level to continue. So at this point, I understand that staff will be preparing a PSA in conjunction with the DMO and bringing that to council, but since it'll be kind of a large funding request, I just wanted everyone to be aware that that'll be coming. And in connection with that, with the B&I fund discussion, I know at council we had previously talked about maybe setting some kind of a fund balance policy for that fund, similar to what we did for the general fund, but the members of the committee felt that it wasn't necessary, that we didn't need to maintain a certain balance in that fund. We talked it over with staff. There aren't any best practices that we're trying to match. There's no risk to our bond rating if that fund balance gets run down a bit. It's just a question of whether we'd be able to fully fund the PSAs and do the amount of marketing we want to do for the city. So we felt like, given the very high level of the fund balance right now, and that there wasn't any real pressing need for it, we didn't see any reason to start adopting a new policy. So again, since that was something we talked about with the full council, wanted to report back on that. And then we talked just really briefly about our tax levy setting, which will be coming up September or October. And in September, staff can probably talk a little bit more about that, but I know we'd had some discussions about that the last time this was on the agenda, and wanting a little bit more time to fully consider what level we were setting that levy at. So I just wanted that to be kind of on people's minds, and I think staff may do some kind of a mini presentation on that before we actually get the numbers from Jackson County, just that if we want to have that full discussion, that we can start that consideration before the public hearing night when we're under a time crunch to adopt or not adopt a levy that night, so that we kind of have time to talk that through. So it was a very long committee report, but I thought those were all important topics and just wanted to bring them to the full council. Thanks.
Thank you. Member DeMauro.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to mention there will be a legislative and intergovernmental relations meeting at 11:30 a.m. Monday. And then that afternoon at 4:30 p.m., there will be a Public Works Committee meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Lovell.
Yeah, thanks, Mayor. CEDC will be meeting next Wednesday at 4 p.m.
Thank you. Okay, that takes us to staff roundtable. Oh, did I skip council comments? I did skip council comments. Yeah, council comments. Yes, Councilmember DeMauro.
Thank you, Mayor. This has to do with the staff reports, the quarterly report of the Cultural Commission and Wellness Commission. I believe it was in May of this year that I had asked for requested that we look at the meetings that we videotape and live stream. And I just wondered, well, as I read those reports, there were questions that I had as I read those reports, and I thought, well, I'll look at the minutes or look at the video. And that reminded me that I haven't heard anything lately on the progress or where are we at on that, please?
That matter got assigned to the Rules Committee, and it's on their, I believe it's on an upcoming agenda. I would need to confirm, but that matter got assigned to the Rules Committee to take up.
Okay. And maybe that's why we haven't had any Rules Committee meetings. Maybe we had one or two.
Yeah, no, we needed to postpone or cancel one. So,
Councilmember DeMauro, Councilmember Shields wants to address that.
I was just going to concur with what Mr. Dunning was saying, that I know it's something we're going to discuss, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, we had to cancel our last meeting, and then we were, I think, skipping July anyway, but August, I think it's going to be on the agenda. So, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dunning. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Mayor.
Any other council comments? All right, now staff roundtable. You said you have nothing, you got the reports. Thank you for the written reports. It's something that we started doing a lot more of in the last few years, so it's nice having that written record and documentation. Thank you. I need someone to read us into closed session tonight. Councilmember DeMauro, would you please?
Yes, thank you.
Mayor Baird, we should technically wait until 7 o'clock and then read into closed session since we posted for 7. So if we want to recess and then just come back very briefly to read into closed session at 7, that would be appropriate.
Okay, that's my bad then. I should have called the meeting for 6:30.
I was thinking about that too as we were reviewing agendas. We could have pushed that up.
No, we can't make an amendment, but Mr. Dunning, I don't want to have to think that hard after all these years. So I'd rather just post it for
6:15
immediately after the meeting starts. So, okay.
I could have done better.
So I could have made, this would have been the one night in my whole career I could have made it home at a decent hour, and now I've got to sit around here for 30 minutes. I mean, I'm not complaining, but. Okay, all right.
I do have another comment.
Oh, Fred wants to talk more.
I forgot, in council comments, I forgot a comment I had.
Okay, Councilmember DeMauro.
Because we had a lot of this.
See what happens, Mr. Dunning? I give him an opening, and now it's a.
And that is simply that, let's see, we had a reading, I don't know which one it was, about the money for Pryor Road. I should have said it then, and I forgot it. But anyway, I wanted to shout out or give accolades to our staff that number, I think everybody read the amount. It was $10 million, but they were on their toes. And we added $3.5 million to that. So thank you for the staff that caught that or whatever and raised that from $10 million to $13.5 million for Pryor Road. So that was a good job. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So I'll see City Council in here in 30 minutes to read us into closed session. So I am going to adjourn this meeting, correct, Mr. Dunning?
Right.
Ms. Wagner?
And then we can.
Sorry. All right. This meeting's adjourned.